They got too many seats for us.
Let's do it.
All right. How's it going?
What's up?
How you doing?
Y'all ready to talk about music and NFT communities? All right.
Are you sure? I thought this was NFT.NYC. That's what I'm talking about.
Let's do it.
So go ahead, Yoshi. You want to kick it off?
Did you guys know Casmir right here she's fantastic. She has her own NFT 360 platform. She's a full stack developer. You know, you guys know about her. Yeah, exactly. Make some more noise for Casmir. Woo! You know, I noticed that everyone talked about their own collection all the time. Everybody come up here and talk about themselves. So we decided we're going to talk about each other. You know what I mean? Because this way, we're the community of, we're nerds. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to check out Yoshi Drops. Yoshi Drops is hottest on Wax.
Yeah. Dropped 1 million NFTs.
Dropped 1 million NFTs.
Million.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say. Well, that's pretty much it for me.
And then as a panel for artists, by artists, we're all on the stage, you know what I'm saying? So we bring in jazz into Web3 and the metaverse. So y'all got to check out Mike Casey drop on OpenSea. He bringing jazz out front and first and foremost out into the metaverse and Web3.
Yes,
hey, Mike's
indeed.
the best. He can play so good. You guys got to check him out. If you're in the tri-state area, he's playing all the time, you know? So go check him out.
Go and check him out.
Thank you. Yes, I'm a saxophonist, songwriter, producer. I love music, and I love NFTs and Web3, so I'm just really thrilled to be here with these two all-stars and all of you. It's an inspiring week, for sure. Yeah.
All right, we got 22 minutes. We can talk about whatever we want. So you wanna do slide thing real quick, and then...
Yeah, we can go through slides. Since you talked about it, so 360 NFT is a platform I'm just launching. And it's specifically for music, specifically for metadata, solving a problem in the music industry, which is metadata handling across different platforms, both Web 2 and Web 3. It's made for specifically just be able to go, upload, get your music, NFTs. It could be art, it could be 3D models, video, MP4, all formats. And it's cross-chain. It's a 2-chain platform powered by TrapChain. And we wanted to really talk about how communities are involved in terms of reaching a long tail of artists. A lot of people think that, you need to have like this huge following, but you can really reach the people who are most close to you. It could be 100 fans or 100,000 fans. And some of the underlying magic I was just explaining here. This is one of our featured drops here with Murphy Lee from the St. Lunatics. We also have a drop coming out with Mystical as well. So this is the curated drops platform. So we do both curated drops, and we also do DIY. So if you just want to log up, set up an account, you can do that. And we're looking to partner with artists, labels, managers, people in the community. And just get the word out there about 360 NFT. 360NFT.io. Mike Casey, you're next.
All right. Any fans of the saxophone here? Woo! All right, that's what I'm talking about. You gotta have it. That's right. That is right. It's been my pride and joy for 18 years. I'm 28. I've been tied to the saxophone most of my life. And this drop I did with OpenSea was for what was my studio debut album, my 4th album in 4 years at the time, called Law of Attraction, inspired by that universal law that some of you may be familiar with. We attract what we think about, what we feel, what we believe in. Who here is into the law of attraction? All right.
That's right. That's
right. Yeah. Right on. So just a little bit about the artwork. I designed the artwork myself. You may be able to see that there's sound waves, vibrations in the heart, right? And that's inspired by a concept called heart math. For anyone who's a fan of Dr. Joe Dispenza, Becoming Supernatural, the vibrations of the heart dictate a lot. And that's true of music, because when we create music, we're really tapping into all the vibrations in the room. We're creating them. We're feeding off the audience. The musicians are feeding off of each other, and we are changing energy in the room. So this album is all about that. It was recorded right here in New York, in Brooklyn, in a DIY, super gritty basement studio. We didn't even have headphones, no monitors, no studio tricks, no nothing. The videos are out there. The videos are part of the drop. I'm an album-based artist. That's what jazz is. It's generally in a recorded form. It's generally an album-based form. So when I wanted to do this drop, I thought, well, I should take the album and make it a collection. So I have a variety of things in here across one-of-ones, limited editions. I had the album artwork by itself because I designed the album artwork. I had the liner notes by itself. I had actually unreleased album artwork, like the drafts that I designed, kind of that led me to the final product. And then, of course, music videos, audio NFTs. And I just tried to make it sort of an album-like presentation for what was on the album, the songs that I own full out, the master and the publishing for. And it's done really well, and I'm looking forward to releasing another drop soon for the remixes of this album. I took this acoustic jazz fusion album and reimagined it in really diverse electronic landscapes, from dubstep to R&B dubstep to drum and bass to glitch hop to lo-fi, all sorts of crazy stuff that just came out last week. So the next drop for the Law of Attraction, the remixes, will be coming probably this month. But there's still a couple things left on OpenSea if anyone's a fan of jazz. This is just an honor to be here at NFT.NYC and talk about this stuff, because it's just a blessing, and it's been a great journey so far.
Scan the QR code now. Get the drop while it's hot.
Scan the QR code.
So, Yoshi, you know what I was thinking? Let's share with the audience a little bit what we were chatting about backstage. I think that was really important and key, how we, bring communities into the space, and how important it is for artists to be able to manage direct relationships with the communities and invite folks in. So maybe you could talk about that in terms of Yoshi drops.
Sure. Well, for me, I'm with the Warner Music Group for the last 20 years, and I always had a passion in the music industry. And when I get touched by blockchain technology, I was just fascinated, right? And I ran into the right group of people, LGND, the art group people from Austin. So with that, I minted million NFT and drop it for free for my community. I'm in a proof of stake chain, Wax blockchain. I think proof of work chain is great, but I'm still bullish on Ethereum price. But I'm a huge anti-gas fee guy, so I wanted to empower my community who empowered me to allow me to do this, right? And so I dropped million NFT, and Kate token allow me to make a token that backed by that NFT. So now you can have an NFT and then send it to contract and actually create your own token. And then that could be done in a matter of 10, 20 minutes. And then this is what I'm building here is something special, because everybody can have a piece of picture of a cat and then sell it for $1 million. That's great. I love that, right? But if we really trying to scale this thing, right? Because for Mike here, he don't want to sell one NFT for $1 million for one person who's rich, right? He want 1 million people to know what he's doing for price of $1. So this way,
That's right.
proof of stake token is gonna have its own rise, and I love working with Wax people. They're great to me, and that's pretty much. Well, and then Ethereum, the Polygon thing. I started a incentivized LP liquidity token called Blue. So if you go to BLUDAC, it's BLUDAC.io. You can actually send Blue token into Polygon contract. It's a rocket to Poly. Send a 250,000 of it, and then you will always receive Polygon Manic and in an incentivized token. And also, I have a 12 partnership in a Wax blockchain that does the same thing. So if you guys are into the pancake swap kind of thing of passive income, like a farming yield thing, you guys should try it. We're all in the basement, so we don't have a signal to look at our information. But when you go up, no, it's good. When we go up, you should look at my Twitter. Yo, you know what we should do?
What's up?
we should take a picture. We should let them take a picture of us, right?
Yeah.
And then if you follow me on the Twitter, and then send me your wax address, I'll give you my Yoshi box. Everybody send me
Okay, let's
your
do it
wax
right now.
address.
Then. Right now.
Yeah, let's take
Right
a
now.
picture. So everybody take our picture, right? And then follow me on the Twitter, right? And then say, yo, you give me Yoshi box. I need my money, right now. And I got you Yoshi box right now.
All right.
And then one lucky guy will get 1,000 Yoshi box.
And
Shout out your Twitter, Yoshi.
And yo, guys, this is not official, but we three of us gonna do it again next year. So if you are the NFT artist, I will mint us this picture, right? And then and see how much you're gonna be next year.
that's right.
No, it's a fact. It's because it's, NYC, NFT, NYC, things get bigger.
That's a
Because
fact.
I
This is
heard that
NFT.
next year,
Yeah.
next year gonna
This
be
is
like
the next drop.
20,000 people, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be so big.
right.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. Let's
Now you
do
all
it.
got the
so,
video.
So imagine mint this three of us today, right? One of one or whatever, and then and
Yeah,
then
we
let's
all in
pump
it
the
too.
price for next year. Because three of us gonna be here again together.
And I don't
Yoshi
know.
drops.
I'm just
Shout
saying.
out
Those drops.
It took me a while to figure this out, but the Wi-Fi is on all of the lanyards. Just saying. If you couldn't
the
get a
lanyard.
signal, just saying.
Guys, we have 12 minutes. I know, can we tell that guy's coming? It's a secret.
What's the secret?
No, I don't think that's a secret.
Oh, you know Busta Rhymes coming, right, after us? Woo! But we have 12 minutes. You guys, you want to talk to us about something? Or
Any
we can
questions,
talk
maybe?
about it?
Maybe what we could do is, since you coming from the music behind the scenes, we could talk about that aspect. We could talk about, I'm coming from being a songwriter and a rapper and also a computer scientist. So the ways
She
in
speaks French, by the way. So if any of French you guys here, she lived in France. You know what I mean? And she was a great songwriter. Yeah, we should do an album, yeah?
Yeah. I think that, most importantly now is bringing folks into this space and letting them see that, it doesn't take you having to go way too deep into the tech. Like, we want to make it so that if you join a DAO or some type of way the community can contribute and support the artists and support the work and actually be a part of building it. So I think one of the things that really inspired me was when I lived in France and I saw how they really cultivated the artwork and cultivated the culture, and especially in jazz. Like, I come from a musical background. My parents are musicians, blues, jazz, funk. And I think it's really important that we talk about, folks that are outside the space, that are part of the long tail, that aren't necessarily, a super diamond selling artist, but they can convince people and get people to sign up with a MetaMask or some other type of wallet, whether it's Rainbow Wallet or any other wallets, and get them into the different platforms in which they can support and be a part of the community. Because I think that that's really the key, is to have folks that are both creators and people who are participating.
Absolutely, yeah. I think that one of the other good things about this space for music is that we're having a chance to revalue art in a musical context. And what I've found time and time again, whether it's off-chain, in other settings, whether crowdfunding or membership, fan club memberships, even just talking to fans about this stuff, I've found there's often a disconnect with the people who love what I do. They don't necessarily realize how much it actually costs to make an album, and a lot of things in the current paradigm make it harder and harder to make more work, and to live as an artist full time. Thankfully, I'm doing that, but one of the great things about NFTs is that we can kind of have a new conversation about how we value music, which is really good because, music, think about it. Music is sort of the water of life. What art form do you not go a day without? Music. Most people listen to music in some way, even
Every
if it's...
day.
Yeah, every day. Even if it's just they heard it in a store and they walked in. It's everywhere all the time, yet it's severely undervalued right now. So I think this is an exciting time where we're changing that, hopefully.
I completely agree with you guys. I'm so fascinated, right, guys? Like, we're here together right now because of blockchain, right, guys? Right? So I'm so fascinated about what's gonna happen 6 months from now, even, or a year from now. As far as as being a big label and dealing with blockchain, it's a lot of like a hurdle, like a lot of challenges as a big, not only labels, but if you think about big companies, right? What they might go through if they are trying to adapt or trying to, tip their toe into this technology. It's a lot of unknown, but yet it's so exciting, and I want. Me personally, I want to help as many people, musicians or technologists, or as many as possible. But as a big company, it's a challenging space. I have to say that, and a lot to figure out. So instead of I hear a lot of people like, "Hey, label gonna be out of business," but sorry to say, we're gonna be here to stay. For the fact. That's a fact. But we need your help. Like, we're all here together, and then everyone talk about prices and what they got going on. But I think it's really important for us. Like, we have to let other people that don't know about blockchain or don't know about NFT. We gotta get them into the game, right, guys? Like, serious. Like, like everybody's amazing, right? Everybody care about this NFT stuff and blockchain, and we live for it, and we're deep into the space, right? I think it's so important that we don't look like a meme bunch, kind of. We don't look like crazy people who talk about numbers and all the time, but instead we should welcome people in, right? We should welcome old lady in. We should welcome baby in, right? And then let them know it's not a geek stuff. This is something that everyone should have, right? Because no one care how the cell phone works, right? But it's working, and everybody got it, right? We don't know that it's a crystal inside a cell phone that tell us time, right? And then people figure that out, and then we all have that. It's amazing technology, right? But we use it, and then we don't care how it works, right? But I want the NFT space to be just like that. Think about that. And then we're all gonna be empowered together. And I'm here for the community, because a year ago, somebody told me that I'm gonna be doing this. I'm gonna be like, get the fuck out of here, right? But I love you guys, because you guys make me this mullet, green, blue hair, crazy Asian guy, and I love you for that. Like, thank
Hell
you.
yeah. I think that NFTs have the power to merge the industries, whether it's independent, whether it's majors. There's a lot of ways in which the technology can provide infrastructure for payments, so that folks can get paid easier and quicker, and in new ways that we haven't even discovered. I think we're just tapping into social tokens. What we're doing with 360 NFT is token curated registries, so you can actually vote with the trap token and get the top songs on there by the community, not necessarily through what the Grammys are doing or where Billboard, but actually bootstrapped it from the community, and folks can actually monetize their playlists. Whereas in Web 2 currently,
the utility part of the NFT is so good. Like, instead of just having the one, but you're also membership, or you earn something, or your fan club, or that. And then guys, that's like PR or logistic PR and marketing all in one shot. Like, imagine if you're Nike and then you want to reach to the most Nike fans. This is how you do it, right? Because it's like, hey, whoever care about this brand, this name, go get your NFT, right? And then all of a sudden, those companies know who your target markets are, and that part of technology is so good to me, so good for future, right? Because instead of dumping crazy amount of money on a marketing thing, you already know your people, right? And then you can actually reward them with whatever token or more NFT or.
And in certain, genres, specifically with jazz music, there's a certain connoisseurship. There's a certain, amount of taste making that, needs to be rewarded. And I think that, folks like yourself jumping into NFTs, you'll be able to formulate the language to be able to take that back to the jazz community. Because, you've got legends in the space that if they put NFTs out, it'll sell out. It'll, go for millions of dollars on even royalty resale. And so I think that's a really critical point of, how folks have even sampled, and how, hip hop, sampling jazz, and all other different genres can actually, benefit the folks by leveraging NFT technology.
Exactly. Yeah. Just to give you guys a snapshot of where jazz sits. Jazz is about 1% of the music industry, recorded music industry. I think it just this year in the U.S. overtook classical music. That's how small we are. Yet we influence everything, right? Musically speaking. But all that to say, scaling for a jazz artist in the traditional music industry, definitions of what success is as it relates to scale, is a very different thing. Even when you so-called achieve that so-called scale, it's within the context of 1% of the audience, right? So for us, something like NFTs is really, really, really powerful because it's revaluing and allowing us to set our own prices respectful of the fact that it's not necessarily going to be the same thing for a jazz artist to sell even 100,000 copies or a million copies, whereas for a hip hop artist, 1 million copies of something is actually quite low, right? But for a jazz artist, that's really high.
That's a really good point. Because I think that jazz definitely fits the bill of being collectible. It's thought of like on vinyl, just the whole timepiece of it. And I think that that's a really key and critical point about NFTs and how for specific artists, selling, hundreds of millions might not necessarily be the pain point to solve. The solve actually is, finding the works of art that need to be conserved and that need the historical ledger and that need to be able to, be displayed in ways in which that, you can sit with it and contemplate.
Absolutely. And the other thing, too, about jazz, just musically speaking, right, is that if you go to see a jazz band play 3 nights in a row and it's the same set list, same musicians, every single concert will be different because of how improvised the music is. So everything is a one of one. It's always been that way, yet it's never been valued as such until now we have the chance to do that.
That's right. Yeah, and that's something that hip-hop has done, like, taking those little clips, taking those little moments, those actually are little NFTs in the sample. So, you dragging that little moment of time out, and then you create another thought out of that, and it creates a whole other genre. So I think that, the ways in which that it can provide infrastructure for collaboration between genres like jazz and hip-hop have always fused, blues, all the different American music styles, rock and roll, country, whatever it may be. NFTs provides a platform in which they can bootstrap on top of it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
That's it for us. But tomorrow,
I guess we're gonna plug ourselves. We got to do shameless plugs.
Go ahead. Mike, you go ahead. Somebody got a question.
Oh, a question, sure.
Is that Drew? Drew! What's up, Drew? Drew's the man. Drew retired.
Woo.
Yeah. Drew, he quit his job in February from NFTs. He did a drop with Sneaker Cred last year. Shout out to Drew. That's right. That's right, Drew. Drew retired off NFTs. You can find me at Ask Casmir, AskCasmir. Ask Casmir. So if you ask me a question, and my name's Casmir, Casmir, and you can go to 360NFT.io, and that's the web application. So we're coming out with the mobile app soon.
I'm gonna be at Bond 45 tomorrow, 11 a.m. to 1. But Wax is sponsoring the
Go check out Wax.
lunch. Yeah, come and then come talk to me, please, because I want to meet all of you. Thank you.
Casey,
Yeah. And,
what's your socials?
You guys follow me on crypto Twitter at the Mike Casey. Last name is Casey. We love you.
Yes.
All right.
A huge round of applause, y'all.